Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. That's me, Kushi, and today we're going to be covering another concept from the JavaScript. So here we have functions. Functions is a very important topic because that's the base for everything you're going to learn after this. So let's just get into this without any further do's. So yeah, let's get in. So here a function is a block of code which is to do a particular task. Now, if I am assigning a task to you, like for example, just close the door or just open the windows, that is a code, that is a particular task which I have assigned you. That's the function I've given you. Now, the main advantages of using functions is code reuse. If you define the code once, you can use it like many times, like the number of times you want it to. So that's a very good thing because again and again, this, just writing the code, the same thing again and again will be very time consuming and it's going to make your code not readable. So the function is followed by the name of the function and the parentheses are going to have the task you have to write. So here we have function. This is something you have to write particularly. Then you have the name. Then you have the parentheses if you want to have some parameters, like if I want to use my variable y in the function, then I'm going to just assign it over here. And then I have this curly braces in which I am going to just write the code I have to execute. So that's how a function is going to work. Now, to execute the function, you need to call it. And to call a function, start with the name of the function, then follow it with the arguments in the parentheses. So that's how it's going to work. Now, to end the statement, you have to use a semicolon after a function. So here we have, once a function is defined, JavaScript allows you to call it as many times as you want. Like here, you can just do it the number of times you want it to. So that's how functions work. Now let's just look at the next concept of functions. As I already said, functions have some parameters which are to be used. Now here we have the names listed of these. So you can have as many as parameters as you want, but you have to separate them with commas. Now, after defining the parameters, you can use them inside a function the way you want it. Like you can have 3 or 4 parameters, or like now, if example, I have a function with 3 or 4 parameters, but in an instant, I am using just 2 of them. Like if I have a condition for using them and I'm using only 2 of those parameters, then the rest two are just going to be ignored. It's not going to be used, or there's not going to be any error in that. Now let's just look at the next topic. As I've already said, you can use many parameters for a function using commas which separate them. The example above defines a function, my function, which has 2 parameters, but I can have the number of parameters I want. Now here the parameters are used within the function's definition. Like for example, I have this function which has to print the name of the person and is, then we have the age years old. Like example, if I have myself, I would say Kushi is dash years old or something like that. So that's how this thing is going to work. So that's an example for the functions. Now, when calling the function, you have to provide the arguments in the same order in which you have defined them. So yeah, you now if here, for example, I have the name and age, this is the order for name and age. While calling, if I have the age over here and the name over here, then the whole thing is gonna be a mess. Because what is gonna happen is, like taking this example, instead of name, you have the age. So we have 20 is John years old. So that's not going to make any sense. So you have to define them in the way you have defined the parameters. So that's how functions and their parameters work. So yeah guys, that is it for today's video. If you like the video, just like, share, subscribe, comment down below and press the notification bell. In the next video, we are going to be seeing some more important concepts, so make sure you're there. Thank you. Bye bye.